Okay. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me today on this fantastic Friday. I'm going to get going here. If you are on stream and you are not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please take a moment, hit that subscribe button, like the video if you can, and hit that little notification bell so that whenever we go live like this, you will be notified, even if you miss the announcement, so you can hop in and see what we have going on during these live streams. Now, today is going to be fun. We won't keep you for too long, but have a very, very exciting thing to show you here today. So I am going to switch over the screen here and you can see for yourself what we are doing. This is going to be showing off here the brand new user interface at Berry BERR.IE. If you have used the Dex in the past, or if you haven't been to the website yet and tried it out, please, after this stream, go check it out. Try out some trading for yourself. We have a special announcement here in just a moment of some of the upcoming things that will be live on the site soon. But for right now, I'm going to show you the brand new interface and what we have ready for you to use at the moment. Won't be able to cover everything because I will just forget some stuff, but get in there and try it out for yourself. So thank you so much for joining for this launch announcement. This is the brand new user interface of Berry. Really, really clean. The dev team has been working just night and day to deliver an amazing platform for you here. So get in there, let us know what you think. You can get in chat, tell me too what you think of the stream here, and after the stream, get in there, try out all the different features, hop on the socials, and let us know your experience with the site. I am going to be going over the staking and swap because that is integrated now and has some really, really great new features if you haven't used it yet. First, let's go and check out the markets here. We can connect the wallet to trade. I have mine, so let's connect here. All right. Oh, here we go. That's the perps. Oh, so Perp Market is going live this week. So check that out, guys. Later this week, you will have the Perp Market live on BerrieDex. Right now, we've got swaps live, spot live, markets live, all this kind of stuff. I was just trying to connect to the perps there. That's why I went through that. Now, like I said, I'm not going to know what everything is happening here. So I am discovering this as well with you here today, getting to experience the brand new user interface. This is really, really clean. So I'm on the markets tab right now. This is just showing you a quick overview of markets. Really nice, showing you volume, everything here. Love this. This looks super clean. You can see over here on the left-hand side of the screen as I scroll over the different what should we call these? The pop-up menus, I guess. You can see the different things that you can choose in some of the categories. And of course, look at your account settlement, which we've talked about on the streams before, things like that. But let's take a look actually here at swap real quick. Okay, so I got a chance to use this the other day, and really clean. If you've used the swap feature already, you know it's super, super easy to use, really nice. You can trade cross-chain with the swaps here. I've got, let's see what's in my wallet here. All right, I need to connect to it again. Okay. So let me connect my wallet here to this, and we can try some swaps out live for you as well. And then after we do the swap, I want to show you the, actually, you know what? No, let's go check out staking first here, because then we've got a little bit more to work with. All right, so I'll connect my wallet. We can play with this for a second. Okay, this is so cool, guys. This is such a clean setup. I'm very impressed with the dev team here and all the work that they've been doing to get this live. Yeah, this is pretty sweet. Okay. And like I said, if you haven't used the swap yet for yourself, try this out. You can swap for anything you want. You can, the leverage settings, or sorry, the slippage settings that they have in there are going to keep you from making a trade that has an insane amount of slippage. So if you're ever trying to trade something and you can't quite find a route, it's probably because the slippage on that route is just too high at this moment. So I always just take, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, try again, or try a different amount for my swap and see if I can find a decent route for it. But that's one of the nice things about the swap is it's going to make sure that you're not making crazy swaps where you're losing value on your swap, which is really nice. Just a little safety feature that we've built in there for you. All right, wallet connected here. Let's select. I'm going to do Brave. Oh, sorry, I clicked this. There we go. Am I connected? I want Phantom. Here we go. All right, I got my pop-up. Oh, I just wasn't clicking on it. I see. Okay, there we go. So we've got this connected. Now, if you saw one of our previous streams, you saw that I actually staked just a little bit of Berry here. Is three, no, somebody said in chat, is 3.15 million just your Berry? Yo, I wish. No, that is the total amount of Berry currently staked on the platform. And for those of you, if you haven't checked out the tokenomics of Berry, that does represent a little over 30% of the total Berry supply. So 130 some different wallets currently, different users staking over 3.15 million Berry. That is just incredible. Now, for those of you who are staking, you know that all of those staked berries, those are earning real yield. Now, with this new site, especially as perpetuals go live, 100% of those fees that are going to be generated through the perpetual market, through swaps, through everything, those are being returned through our buyback on the Berry token. So BerrieDex takes 100% of fees that it earns, it buys Berry on the market, and returns that to stakers 100%. So you are earning real yield. Berry it's non-inflationary. There are 10 million Berry. That's it. So as we buy back, we're generating consistent pressure on the market for Berry and for Berry holders, which is really nice. And you're earning real yield based on all of the trading activity, all of the volume on BerrieDex. So really fantastic for the stakers. I am staking Berry. I am not staking 3.15 million, if only. But so yeah, you can see like in this wallet, I've got 15 Berry staked. This is one active position. So for those of you that have used the original staking interface, it was really nice, very easy to use. This new interface is so much better. You can see just a few things like some of the details, the 30-day rewards cliff. You begin vesting immediately after 30 days, and it's the rate is like after that 0.5% daily. So 200 days, full unlock of all your rewards. But you can unstake, you can claim rewards at any time. So you can see I staked a little bit about 2 weeks ago here, just 15 Berry. And so we're going to go, we've got stake, unstake, and claim here. So you can see those. So when you have Berry rewards, this is a new stake, so it's 17 days until I'm eligible for that. That's that 30-day rewards cliff. You stake for 1 month, but you can unstake at any time. So you get a notice here because this account just staked 15 Berry, I'm going to forfeit the rewards if I unstake early. So just stake for 30 days so you can start claiming your rewards. But we have all of this built in, so you're not going to be confused. It's very user-friendly, really nice for anyone, especially if you're newer to staking staking and swapping and all this kind of stuff. We're trying to give you all of the information that you need. So just for example, I'll forfeit the rewards for this. All right? Just a little donation to Berry. Why not? I'll unstake here, so total staked, and that's just going to be back in my wallet shortly here. Now, we're going to go use the swap feature and play around back and forth with some Berry, just so I can show you some of the stuff that I was talking about with the new feature. So this is your interface here at staking. Really, really simple, and actually, once these unstake, we could even just restake them, and I will do that at the end of this section while we're showing off Berry here. So you can see now the Berry is back in my wallet already. Super easy. So your Berry is never locked up. You can unstake anytime. This is one of the safety things about Berry. You know, there's a lot of projects out there that try to do all kinds of crazy things, but everything is auditable here. That's the whole point. It's a decentralized exchange. The team is very public. They're very open about it. Everything is right here so that you can see and you can trust, feel that trust, you know, feel that confidence in the Berry team. You can view the Berry contract on Solana, things like that. Of course, view the contract on GitHub with those buttons right there as well. So if we want to go back and stake, we can stake all of it here. You just need to make sure you've got a little bit of your primary token, ETH, SOL, you know, whatever, in your wallet that you're using to do this so that you can stake it. And again, those fees that are generated by any activity on Berry like this are coming back to the stakers. So if you're not already a staker, get in there, stake some Berry. You're going to be earning rewards on it immediately, and you're earning rewards. Let me make it clear, actually. You're earning rewards during that 30-day period, and you can begin claiming those rewards after that 30 days. So totally up to you. Oh, and I didn't even say, the distributions for all these fees, like these are going out every 72 hours, guys. So you don't have to wait around for this. This is coming consistently from all the activity on Berry. Based on, let's see, we got a question here. Will the fee distributions be based all on early stakers or just balance? Oh, that's a great question. So yeah, no, it doesn't matter when you stake for your rewards. Like the amount of Berry you're staking is what determines the amount of yield that you are earning. So, and all of this is on the wiki, so you can read about, you know, these things better, you know, technical explanation from the people who have built it for you, and not just me. But yeah, so that's a great question. It is not based on when you staked. Love it. Yeah. No, and this is one more of those things, like we are traders. We have been active in crypto for, you know, 10 plus years, some of us, and we've seen it all. Like, we've seen everything out there. We are building something that we want to use. You know, the reason I got involved with this project is because it's some people I know over the years. I've, you know, worked with them before. I trust these people, and I know that they're building something that I want to use. You know, that's the whole point here. So really amazing trading features for those of us that have been trading for a while and we want, you know, more advanced features. Also, though, easy to use features for everybody. Even if you are not crypto native, even if you are not, you know, experienced in these markets, you can get on Berry and you can actually use some of our pre-designed algorithmic order types in order to build positions, to trade safely, to learn how to trade. It's just incredible. We'll get into all that, of course, and we'll do some demonstrations when perpetuals are live. Perpetuals are live later this next week, ladies and gentlemen. It is coming. Get ready. Super excited. But we're just showing off the aspects of the live platform. Somebody in chat says, I will cash out when Berry is 1-to-1 with Binance token. By then, the beautiful thing is, your crypto, one day, you will not have to cash out. You will be able to take loans out against your crypto value and pay no fees to governments. We'll say, one day, we have already seen the beginning of the ability to use crypto as collateral for mortgages in the US, and more of these kinds of things are coming to the market. So this is a very exciting time for sure. Years ago, it was a question, will we ever get there? And today, we are there. This is the beginning of the they join you phase, for sure. I don't know what the future holds, but it is certainly incredible to see, having purchased, my first Bitcoin at the top of the market at about $1,000 in, I don't even remember what year that was. Was that 2013 maybe? 2012? I don't know. Chat, you tell me. But I bought in the hype at the top. You have to go through that experience. When you join these markets, you will get in at the top at some point. And I have been here ever since, and very happy that I stuck with it. All right, so yeah. Let's get back to this. We can stake all of that we unstaked about half of this just now. But let's go over and play with the swap a little bit here. Okay, so we're connected to the swap, and let's see, what do we have in our wallet right now? We've got a teeny little bit of Sol. Yeah, let's do even a small little transaction. Let's do this. We're going to exchange to Berry on Solana here. So we've got, and you may have noticed actually when I did that. So featured tokens, we've got, anything that you're using regularly or featured things that we're showing you here. You can click on that. You can see the contract address. It's a little pop up there. So you know that it's the same token as here. So we can click on that just to get a quick click over to the coin that we're after here. Let's see. We could get, let's get one berry. So we're showing you all the details here. Show all, cool. Yep. Now you have other options, but it's just showing you the best there. That's what the show all is giving you. You can see the details here, fees, swap, all of that, what's happening if you're interested in that. So let's review and let's get another berry here. Start swapping. And confirm that transaction in my wallet. Swap successful. So super easy. Even with a small amount, it's going to give you a decent return, which is really nice there. Now, let's say that we want to do, we've got a little bit of berry here. Is there anything else in this wallet? I think there's a little ETH in this wallet, actually. So we have berry on Solana. Let's turn it into a little bit of Sol here. So we'll do just 25%, and we're going to switch this back and stake it when we're finished. But I just want to show you that it doesn't just go one way, of course. We'll put a little bit here. We'll confirm the transaction, and we'll start swapping. Cool. Super fast, super easy. Now let's turn a little bit of Sol into a little bit of ETH. Cross-chain. Right? Ethereum here. We have a little bit of ETH in the wallet, but let's do, we've got some ETH. Actually, I want to do just 50%. So we'll do a small amount here so you can see. And look, we've got our best return right there. We've got a little bit of slippage happening, but cross-chain, you're always going to get a little bit of slippage. So now this is cross-chain. We are swapping Solana for ETH here. So it might take a little bit longer. Typically, I've found that with the cross-chain swaps, they do take just a little bit longer. But let's see what it takes. We're doing it live for you. It's giving you the all the information here on what we're doing, and then it will pop up when it's finished. We're going to try and turn that ETH. There we go. Bridge is successful. So even cross-chain swaps, guys, that's simple, that's smooth. This is incredible. Like, if you're new, this is incredible. So easy. And look at how clean this interface is. Now, if you want to go over, you can change your settings here. You can do fastest route rather than best return, things like that. But as you can see, like, it's getting these really, really fast. Gas prices, if you really want to pinch pennies, you can turn it down slow. It's going to take longer for the swap, but it's up to you. Set it to fast if you don't mind paying a little bit extra. Now, you may have noticed too, I'll post some images of this. I'll get some different examples of it. But if you look at the rate, Godson actually posted this on Twitter a few weeks ago. If you look at the rate for swaps between any major swaps that you're using, and Berry, the rate of return that we're giving you is significantly better with small or even very large amounts. So try out a few examples. You don't have to actively swap them, but you can put it in, enter the stuff, and see what the swap rate is giving you at Berry versus your other favorite swap service that you've been using. So try it out. You don't have to worry like we're not gamifying it by making it cost less if you hold more Berry, any of that stuff. The Berry rewards, guys, are all based on volume on the exchange. So you are helping yourself if you hold Berry by trading more volume on BerrieDex, and you're getting those rewards as kickbacks. So this is really nice. It's a very healthy way to build out a rewards program. If you look at some of the reviews of Berry, you can see people talking about that. There's no inflation. We're not printing more tokens. It's 10 million Berry. And for those of you that have been on the stream for a little while, you notice we had some questions about it. There's over 3 million Berry staked currently earning rewards. So join those stakers, start earning the rewards on the swaps, the perpetuals, all of it. And, all the trading. And don't forget prediction markets as well. And all of this is self-custody. You're using your own wallet. I'm using my own wallet here on Berry. That's one of the beautiful things about it. The max slippage thing is what I was talking about earlier. You can set this. It's at 3 right now. So I'm trying not to get any more than 3. But if you set it to auto, then it is going to allow a little bit more. So it's up to you. You can choose what exchanges. If you don't like an exchange, something like that, or you're trying to get something from a specific exchange, you can always change that. But otherwise, the default is to everything there. All right. So that's an example of just some of the settings here. You can look at transaction histories with this tab right here. But that's the setup. You can also see, we've got a quick view here for the market over on the side, chart and settings, and that's powered by TradingView, of course. We have this tab. Now, this is coming soon. Toggle for privacy swaps. That's going to be really cool. So stay tuned for that when it is live. Trending markets are over here on the side. And then this just tells you how it works down here at the bottom so that you can have a little quick idea. Now, if you're unfamiliar with it, you can go over to the wiki and click on that. Go over there and you can read about the swaps, but you saw me do it. It's really that easy. Now let's go here. So what I'm doing, let me just explain because I'm assuming you all know some of these things. So ask me in chat. If I'm doing something too fast, if I'm doing something you don't fully understand, just let me know and I can try and answer that question for you. For those of you that are just joining us, we're showing off the brand new user interface. This is live now. You can go berr.ie and use this website right now. It's live. It's beautiful. We are rolling out more and more features weekly right now, so get in there and have some fun with it. Let us know what you think based on what you're doing on the site, and if there's any features that you are looking for that we haven't made yet, good chance that they are in the works already, but please feel free, hit us up, let us know what you want to see for sure. All right, so what I'm doing here is I'm picking the chain that I'm exchanging from, okay? So you have this, you can see all over here, all networks. You can scroll through all that stuff and decide what you're doing, and these are, these are ETH on different chains, right? That's what that is that you're seeing down there. So, but if you want to see the actual network and chain that you want to trade from, that's the one I'm selecting right now, you can go through the list. So that was the all networks list. That's this plus button over here on the right-hand side. So some of the main ones are going to be at the top. So I'm going to click Ethereum. We have a little bit of Ethereum in here, and we're just going to attempt to swap this over for some Sol. Again, cross-chain, just like we did. I could do max, have no Ethereum left in the wallet. Yeah, let's see if it does that. We might not have enough gas. I might have to adjust it a little bit, but this will be a good test. So this is, all right, it's showing us what we're getting. Pretty good, actually. That's a really nice low slippage, low fee. All right, this all looks good. So let's try it. And let's see if we have enough gas or we have to adjust here. So, Yeah, so there's a perfect example. Transaction rejected because I tried to do all of it without leaving any gas. So for those of you that are newer to swaps and or just moving crypto around, you whatever token you're using, your primary use token here, and in this case it's Ethereum because I'm exchanging from Ethereum, you need to have enough of it in your wallet to make sure that you can move things. So if you're transferring Berry from your wallet, for example, or if you're staking Berry and you're using an ETH wallet, make sure you have a little bit of ETH in there so the transactions don't get rejected. So that's a good example of that. Like I said, I just have to adjust it a little bit. Now I can adjust that manually. I can just go back here and I can choose a different amount. If I say max, now I know I need like just a little bit here. So let's see, we can do, well, I should have looked at, I can look and see how much I actually have in the wallet, but let's just do, let's see here. I could do it like that. This is easier if I just do it in dollars. So let's just say 10. $10, and let's see if that works. So this is one of those things where, if you want to do it user-friendly, just hit the 75, you're going to get the majority of it right there. But I'm doing it manually just to show you how to do this as well. So just send exactly how much you want. That's all I'm doing here. And it should tell me, actually, I could see the gas fee if I want here too. All right, so let's see. Let's try that out. That should be enough. Let's see. 0.003. Did we leave enough for that? Maybe. Let's see. So as long as we have enough gas that we're leaving over, it'll go through. And if not, then we just do a little bit different amount, and I can show you that too. So cross-chain swap might take a second, but getting a pretty good return from what I can tell. It was a very low slippage on that transaction. So, and that's really nice. This makes sure that you don't have to just trade the pair itself, and many things, of course, don't have pairs, so you'd have to be doing bridges and all kinds of stuff. We've done all that for you. You don't have to worry about all of that. The future is without bridges. The future is cross-chain. It's interoperable. That's the whole point here. And that's one of the cool things that we're building for you, whether it's trading, self-custody in your wallet and trading perpetuals, think back and forth from different chains, things like that, or if you're bridging like this. So there you go. That's your cross-chain, cross-chain swap right there. Okay, so we've got our soul back. Let's use it now. And you can see, like, I've done a whole bunch of exchanges here pretty quickly, even with the cross-chain. Obviously, on-chain exchanges are going to be much faster here, but let's do a little bit of soul. We'll buy some berry here. Maybe should we do 75%? Yeah, let's do it. All right, review the swap, start swapping. Okay, now the only thing you're not seeing is that because I am using self-custody wallet here, it's got a pop-up outside that has some of my wallet details, and I'm just confirming the transaction there. That's all that's happening off screen right now, and there you go. Let's see. Oh yeah, that was the first one. Oh yeah, and so that's the transaction history. It's showing us that first one that I tried was rejected. And now let's go back here and look at staking. Here we go. Okay, so we've got some berry now in the wallet again, and let's stake it. I'm just going to stake 25. And for those of you that haven't used this yet, I'm just clicking between. Everything is integrated here, right? So all of these buttons I'm just pressing are on the left-hand side. So this is the staking, the wiki, stats about the platform, things like that. And we'll show you that in just a moment as well. We did unstake a little bit just to show you how that works. One of the cool things is that your tokens are never locked. The longer you have them staked, of course, the more rewards you're earning. So it's up to you. Take this, we're going to stake a little bit right now, and we just confirm that transaction again through our wallet. making sure that we have a little bit of Solana, because that's the primary use token for this wallet that I'm using right now. And that allows me to make sure that I can transfer this Berry between my wallet and the Berry platform in order to stake. And there it is. It's staked. You can see it right there. Total staked, 1 active position currently. Now, in 30 days, I'm earning rewards for that full 30-day period. And after 30 days, my rewards begin to fully vest, with all rewards unlocked at 200 days. But you can begin claiming your rewards immediately and either restaking them or holding on to them to trade and swap after that 30 days. So that's what that is. It shows it right there, so there's no confusion. If you didn't see earlier, this doesn't mean that they are locked for 30 days. You can unstake them whenever you want. You saw I had 15 berry staked at the beginning of this video, and I unstaked that berry, and it had been staked for about 14, 15 days, something like that. So you can do it anytime, but the 30 days is for the full unlock for your rewards. And you can see it's talking about it right there. We've got a quick little read for you. If you want to learn more about it, of course, we have all the details in the wiki and the Git book. All right, so we've done some fun stuff here with the platform. Let me just show you stats here. So this is showing stats from website and from the global network as well. Just gives you a quick overview, live trade feed, things like that if you want to see what's going on Berry platform. Yeah, so you can click on that anytime. This is giving you the live stats, got some nice info there. The wiki over here, it's, getting started. What is this? We have, for those of you that haven't tried it yet, the different tabs too. So the beginner interface is going to give you a more, more explanation. And then if you're looking at stuff like, for example, understanding order types, this is giving you a quick overview. But for pro, you don't need to know all that. This is the information you're probably looking for, and we're going to be expanding this information over time as we feel it's necessary. So if you come across things that you do want to know more about, let us know, and we'll see what seems like it needs to be here and what doesn't. So beginner, position sizing, risk management section. This is really nice. This is going to be very important for those of you that are newer to trading, or maybe you've only done some swapping, some investing, holding. If you do want to start using some of those other features, the perpetual trading engine that is launching later this week, within the next week, Perpetuals 2, we're going to have so many different things that you can trade in the perpetuals market. We're going to do a live stream when that launches, so stay tuned for that for sure. Make sure that you're liked and subscribed to the YouTube channel, and you're following us on Twitter and Insta and whatever you use, because we will be doing a live stream where we're showing that off when it goes live here very soon. Right now, we're just showing off the live portion of Berry. You may notice I stopped that little scroll up here. You can go up there and pause it, or you can let it go. All right. Now, we should shout this out. We do have a little partnership with Kampai Pandas here, so shout out to them. Join the Perpetuals launch when it happens. There will be a chance to win World Cup Finals tickets in connection with Kampai Pandas NFTs. So check them out if you haven't before. Really cool project, really cool team. Love it. And shout out to Brave. I'm using Brave browser to show you all of this stuff on BerrieDex. Really nice partner as well. Okay, so getting back to this, the Knowledge Hub here, let's just understanding liquidation. You can click on any of these. It's going to give you a little bit of information that you need. And of course, just the essential information, more specific information at the pro level there. So really nice, easy way to go through that stuff. Staking, I feel like there was something else in the staking. Oh, the staking history, yeah. So if you do have multiple positions, it does show all of those positions individually on the staking platform now, which is really nice. Okay, so let's see. What else do we want to check out today? Anything really interesting? Like I said, let me know in chat if you have any other questions. We're having some fun here, just checking out the new BerrieDex platform, the user interface here. Really, really loving this myself. Excited to see more and more features rolling out over the next few weeks here. Quick overview of the market tab. Love this. We went over staking, we went over swaps. I will, of course, show you prediction markets. This is not live yet, but it is coming soon. So stick around for that. Self-custody in prediction markets is huge. Very excited to be showing that off soon here for you. And for those of you that didn't hear in the beginning, I just want to give you that announcement. Perpetual markets, I want to make this clear, perpetual markets and prediction markets are coming soon. Coming, I've been told, this next week. So if you want to stake some Berry before those go live, so you can start earning yield off of all that activity, do it now. Get the staking in there just like I showed you, and that way you're earning yield on 100% of the activity that you are doing and that other people are doing on BerrieDex. So super excited to be a part of that. Love being able to show you guys some of this stuff here. That was the spot market there. When the perpetuals go live, and I'm going to do a live with some of the team here. We're going to show off some of the different order types, the safety features, risk management that's built into our order types, some of those algorithmic orders that we're going to be allowing people to use built in, and showing off how to build some of your own programs right there as well through the grid. That's going to be just incredible. So I think I've covered the majority of things. Oh, the one thing I did not talk about yet is down here in the right-hand side, I have the screen a little bit scrunched so you can just barely see it. But down here, you've got your music player that you can play music through as well directly on the site, which is just a fun little feature that we've thrown in there. I know there's probably tons of other stuff that I could go over today, but I am going to move into some market overview here. So thank you so much for checking this out with me. Like I said, stick around for the market overview if you want to talk about markets, look at some different coins. But if you're ready to get out there and use the Berry platform, check it out, berr.ie. You get this same page right here. There's a little pop-up that comes up when you first visit that just tells you a little bit about what's here, what's coming, all of that. But this is live. You're going to get this, and you can start using it yourself. Has a little bit about what we're offering and what we're all about here. So feel free to read through those too. And then check out the wiki for any information that I haven't covered that you're looking for. If you can't find it there, feel free to hit us up. Let us know. Love it. Thank you so much for checking this out with me, guys. Get out there and use Berry. It is live. You saw us using the swap and staking features today. You can use those yourself, and make sure you get yourself ready for the perpetuals markets going live later this next week. Super excited to be able to join in that trading with all of you as well. Now we're going to check out markets here. So we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. We'll take a look at a few different coins. I have not looked at markets today. So those of you that have joined a few of these streams, you know I like to look at markets from a high perspective and then a lower perspective. I have not looked at markets today specifically, knowing that I was going to do this stream and wanted to get a virgin view of the market here on a Friday for you. So let me pull up Trading View. We're going to go look at that. Hop into chat, though. Let me know if you have any questions about some of the stuff that we went over. If you are just joining us, you can rewind. You can check out BerrieDex. We went over some of the features. We played around with it a little bit. The new user interface is just beautiful. It is very user-friendly, and there's so many advantages of trading on a decentralized exchange first off, and specifically Berry, because we are traders. We're trying to give you a platform that we actually want to use because we have used them all and we want to give you something better. And, I just have to shout out Nick specifically, of course, one of the leaders, Godson over here. You guys are doing amazing work. The development team for BerrieDex and everybody else working behind the scenes, the investors, everybody, thank you. Thank you for helping me or allowing me to be a part of this. I'm super excited to kind of be the voice here for Barry for the moment. But we are all part of the team, and I am really just here to show what I like about the platform for you guys and get to be involved in this small way. So thank you. Very excited to be a part of this. And let's take a look at markets. With that being said, go to Barrie, use it for yourself. We're going to take a look at TradingView here. And I know what I'm doing. I know how to press buttons. All right, Virgin view of the market. We got a monthly candle on BTC. We are coming up to the end of a year, right? 12-month candle is closing soon. 26 days and 5 hours. That'll be the monthly close and the yearly close. We are currently below the yearly open, but you can see we have been playing with that a lot. So if you take a look, that's right up here, about 93.5-ish, right? We've kind of gone up and down across that. So there's been a lot of activity there. I am on the Binance chart. If you want a longer chart, now Bitstamp is the longest chart, I'm pretty sure, on Bitcoin, but for my purposes, the Binance chart has the most volume, and it has a pretty long history, so that's good enough. So that is the one that I use personally, but useful to look at the different exchanges as well. Okay, so you can see I still have all of my kind of fibs on my chart here, all the standard stuff if you've watched a few of these that you're used to seeing. I've got some EMAs here that I like to use personally. We can talk about that a little bit more if you want. And then I have this coloration on the chart. So this coloring is something that gives me a bias, right, on a high time frame. So you can see, like, when the candles are white, trades are allowed. When the candles are green, buying is allowed. And when the candles are red, then selling is allowed. Buying is, it's cautioned, Obviously, like on a monthly time scale, there's some huge moves before these candles print the different colors. But this is just something like, I'm not deciding trades 100% based on this. I'm just using this as a way to bias myself on the market. So very simple little system to bias myself on the market here. So I am biased right now in caution in buying. I did say last week that I thought that the level was a great place to be buying spot, but I'd want to see a very, very clear setup with a clear invalidation for any sort of leveraged long positions that I was taking, and I would only be taking those positions for a very short time period, looking to get out of them at any major rejections and things like that. So that is still the case. That's still what I feel at the moment. We've had a lot of price action the past few days, kind of bouncing around here. Coming up to the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, a lot of times these days, not a lot happens just because we do have professional traders and funds that are more involved in these markets. So Saturday and Sunday, obviously, a lot of those people are not doing much, not doing anything. They are on their weekend vacation. So, and we have seen, I think, enough evidence now that the CME gaps that are created in the exceptions to that rule are almost always filled later. I can't think of any case now where they haven't been. Off the top of my head, I'd have to go back and look, but I'm fairly certain that they've all been filled. The last one, of course, when we came down and filled it just last month. So that is pretty common. That's going to happen when we have participation from the big players and from the big funds and banks and things like that. So just to recap there, monthly, obviously, last candle looks crazy dirty. I like to see something, though, happen in a short period of time like that. Like, if we had come down and bled over months like this, that would be less great, in my opinion. This very quick event is something that I would prefer to see, as long as we don't see continuation on it. Obviously, we did have rising volume over the past 2 months, and overall, sell volume there. We've got the momentum, of course, switching into a little bit more bearish momentum, or at least flat momentum. And then let's get rid of the candles here so we can see this a little bit better. Monthly, the OBV, like on this high time frame, it's not super useful other than for spotting, weakening volume or divergences, things like that. But not really seeing anything there of note at the moment on this time frame. So let's take a look here. Let's go down weekly. Oh yeah, to recap, so I'm just looking at this as a lot of caution in any sort of leveraged long position. Under these conditions, leveraged short positions are a little bit safer. They're going to have more clear invalidations. But because we've come down so far, I personally am not holding any short positions for any length of time. I'm looking to, take profit on those and get out relatively quickly as well, because we're in kind of a limbo place for the market right now where things could change. We could pick a new direction. We could do something really dramatic very quickly. So I am exercising caution, and that's what this candle tells me, is exercise caution, especially on the long side of the market. That being said, like I've said for weeks now, I think this 85 to 87 area is a very good place. All the way down to 80, essentially. From 87 to 80, this is a great area to be picking up spot, in my opinion. That's, it's over a 30% fall from the top of the market during what we still can consider a bullish market. All right, let's go look at the weekly here. You can see we've, played around between the open and close of the previous week. We've come down, we took it out. We're back up kind of near the open again. We were above it, but we've come back down below the open of the current week here. 2 more days until the close of the weekly candle. But like we were talking about, what we want to see and what we are seeing is price coming back above this shelf down here. We switched because I included this price now. I want to see just this stuff at the moment, though. So you can see, looking at all the volume from January 27th here, kind of the end of January through the end of this year now, we're looking at the volume profile for that. It's showing you that there's been a lot of volume in this area, right? And of course, a lot of it was back here when we first came down to these levels back in March and April. But now we've been building up a shelf of volume again here at this like 84, 85 level. And that's really what I want to see. I want to see price continuing to keep above that. We've come down into it. We've found bids at that level. So I think the market is definitely still participating at that level. That being said, obviously there's been just weeks and weeks of downtrend here on Bitcoin. At the same time that we're seeing a lot of overall positive news and things like that in the market. So, I don't think, other than the fact that we saw a lot of exchanges and institutions and stuff selling over that period, I'm not seeing a lot else, to concern me at the moment. That being said, weekly, daily, we are in a local bearish trend. That doesn't mean that the market is bearish overall. Like I said, the market is still bullish, especially looking at the high time frame, the monthly time frame. But right now, we are within a bearish trend in a bullish market. And these happen regularly in bullish markets. I've seen them many, many times over the years. This is your opportunity to accumulate spot, in my opinion, if you missed out on some of this rise. Now, the market can change, and of course, the opinion on that can change, but that is my feeling at the moment. I do still believe that next year now, we will see Bitcoin coming back up into the 100, 120 range. I'm not convinced that we see new highs yet myself, but we'll see when we get up there what's happening in the market. But I do expect to come back up into that range at some point next year. All right. Now, anything else good to talk about there? From, a positive standpoint, like I said, we took out the low of the previous week, and then we came back up, and we're trading inside last week's volume and last week's range. So that's good. that's fine. We want to see stuff like that. But we're probably going to go sideways, maybe just pop up here, and we'll come up and test some resistance around 100K sometime in the next couple months here. So you can be looking for that opportunity. On the lower time frame, though, until we stop rejecting like this, you really only want to be longing on very clear sweeps, lows, things like that. Shorting on any sort of rejection is a safer move until we can come up. I would say, though, that now if we can break back above... if we can break back above 94, shorts become very dangerous at that point. I think that's definitely a turning point where we're going to see that 100K level get tested, and that's where any additional shorting, I would be looking at that area for potential. But as long as we're below that, any sort of rejections here, any sort of sweeps of local highs, intraday, stuff like that, there can be opportunities for taking short-term short positions on leverage. Try it out on BerrieDex next week for yourself. And but when we were talking about it the other day, so last stream was actually right here on the 1st of December, and we were talking about how this rejection looked very ugly, but if there was a clear setup for a long position, it would still be worthwhile taking. And it happened after the stream. We were streaming right around here in this area, and it happened right there where it came down, created a low just above that previous low, and then it started to pop back up. So that is an example of an area where you could take a position. You could take a position after this low and that candle closed, and you could put your stop right below that candle but above the previous candle. There's a chance that that gets taken out and then comes back up, but that's what stop losses are for, and you can always take another position, keeping your losses to a minimum. Let's see. This would have also been another good one here where we came back, price came back up that day, and we came back above the previous little high in rejection up here, and then we created some new lows, right? So same thing, there was a low created there and then a higher low there. That candle, when it created that low, then you could trade that, especially after it came back above the open there. Like, that's a place, opening a position here and putting your stop loss down there and sizing accordingly. That would have been a perfectly reasonable trade there. Still taking caution, obviously, in that case, but you could have traded that and then sold up here on the first kind of momentum shift, or even up here somewhere when it started to stall out. But we did come up, we got that rejection. We're still locally in this little downtrend here, possibly building up some exhaustion on that downtrend. But let's look at the OBV, because we do keep talking about this on these streams, and I just want to show you why here. So let's get array, and then I just have it set to kind of hit those spots for me. The downtrend, you can see, obviously, it's been accelerating like that. We could even say, actually, that this was, it tried to come back above it, but it did come back below and is still continuing on that same downtrend. So be looking for that to break within the next couple days here, possibly, or to reject and go a little bit lower. I am still, let's see, let's get this. So yeah, I mean, with this rejection, this is a really tough spot again, because we could do another one of these little, just like we did the 1st and 2nd of December. So definitely exercising a lot of caution here. If we can get back above, for those of you that are really aggressive, if we get back above 91 here, then that would be an opportunity for a leveraged long position, potentially, to come back up and then either test these highs or take these highs out. But right here, this is kind of a weird spot. We could come down and take out this low at the 84 and then come back up. Like, that's a really brutal sort of market pattern here, but I could see that happening for sure. And then we could still keep this low in the market from back in November on the 21st, but really take out a lot of leveraged long positions by coming down and taking out that low from the first. So watching that for sure, watching that very closely. Intraday here, especially given that the hourly OBV is just still in this downtrend that we've had from the top here. And you can see like the OBV, how powerful that is. There was a very significant lower high in the OBV on the higher high in price that we had on the third and fourth there. So, and that was, pretty big sign, obviously, in combination with some bearish momentum in the market as well. So lot to see there for sure. I wasn't streaming that day, so I wasn't talking about it, but we were streaming here at these lows, and we were talking about, the potential for some sort of swing low and then a long position for a pop up there. But now, now it looks like, I don't see any clean setup at the moment, other than short positions with an invalidation, certainly at this high here. Let's take a look. What is that? So that's 91,478 on Binance. That high there. But I think you could even be a little bit more aggressive with it. Well, maybe not. Let's see. That could be resistance. So yeah, I mean, maybe even if it breaks above that 90,900, any sort of short position taken here would no longer be valid at that point, certainly, and possibly even before it. But that's my thought on that. Definitely a little bit more biased towards a short position at the moment, intraday. Based on both the high time frame and the fact how this looks right here, this little downtrend and, just kind of nice little bleed and rejection whenever we've come up here. But we are coming down into that area of support down here. So, it's the take profit is like maybe 87-ish on anything that's being opened on the short side up here. I would personally prefer opening a short position up here around 90 to 90.5. That would be somewhere I'd be looking at possibly a short position. And then for long positions, I'd want to see a sweep of this low or creating a new low kind of down in here and bouncing up from it, because then I would have a clear invalidation if we were to come out and take out that low again. Even a higher likelihood long position intraday on this would be if we came down, created a low, and then took out that low but didn't break this low, or if we came down and broke this low and came back above. Either of those swing failures, that would be a very high likelihood long position intraday to come up back into this 90, 91 area for a nice little intraday trade. So that's my feeling on Bitcoin. You can trade both sides of the market. It's really just a matter of your own bias, of course, and how much your risk management, your appetite for risk. My appetite for risk is pretty low overall. And you say, yeah, you're crazy. You're trading crypto, and your appetite for risk is low. Yeah, it's it's fucking crazy. Yeah, but that's the way it is. On the news side of things, I haven't seen a lot of news about Bitcoin personally, but I'm seeing that exchanges right now have a very low supply of Ethereum, which is interesting to me. I've said negative things about Ethereum on numerous occasions, but the bottom line is like it'll move with the market, and once in a while it will just move on its own, and it will do a big pump at some point. It's really hard to say when that is, but prices come down a lot from the lows, so I'd be watching Bitcoin for kind of some hints at when that happens. That being said, if you are looking at more spot positions versus leverage positions, let's take a look at the high time frame. This is not a terrible place to be buying some spot Ethereum. It could be much, much worse. I would expect us to hold this low at the 96, that we came down and made last month. I don't really see Ethereum taking that out. If it did, that's a pretty bad sign. But there's not a lot to inspire confidence right now either. It's nice that we kind of held above this previous area. If you draw basically just a box around this is support for price, and you can see how it's acted as that a whole bunch of times. So prefer to see price stay above this, which it has. It dipped into it and bounced back up. That's nice. Don't want to see us like trading through this again very much. You can see like last time we did create support there, but that was just because it had been in the past. And then the last time we came down, we got below it. And then we did experience some exhaustion where this was a really great opportunity to buy some Ethereum. But trading this again doesn't give me a ton of confidence. So I'd like to see price stay out of that box for now, and certainly stay above 25. As long as we do that, this is a very reasonable place for some long-term Ethereum buys, in my opinion. The local, though, does not give me a ton of confidence. So it's a gamble right now. It's a risk, 100%. It's a high risk. We are playing with the OBV downtrend, as you can see here. So I'd love to see us kind of come up and find some support above that, break above it. You could argue that it's doing that right now. Yeah, and obviously this area here in the 3,000 area is acting as a little bit of support now. Let's get rid of some of that previous price action so we can just see the price volume in this area here. And cool. So yeah, you can see we've got some very defined shelves. Yeah, I would really prefer to see us stay above this 27 even. I don't want to see that break on Ethereum. As long as we stay above that, I stand by that Ethereum is a very reasonable buy. Personally, I wouldn't be taking leverage positions on it, though, because it's just in a very strange spot right now. But it looks like we are potentially getting a pop-up here across the market after things came down earlier today. So could just be relief, could be the switch that we were looking for and talking about here. All right, let's see. What else let's take a look. I always like to take a look at the dollar, see what's going on. You can see that we have gotten that kind of pressure off for the moment on the higher time frame, but yeah, monthly is still technically just sideways downtrend. Not a lot has changed there. The weekly is attempting to switch, so we're in very much just a flat sideways market. And you can see, the clear resistances on the dollar here above us that we came up and we tapped just the bottom of. Obviously, this is a very, very slow moving chart. So as long as it's not just going straight up, which currently it's not, it's going sideways or down, that's pressure off on the crypto market. So, all right. Sol has been playing with that line that we've been talking about here for a little bit. Nothing has changed. It's tapped it a few times. Price above that is good. Price below it is bad. Super simple thoughts on Solana there. Price below it means potential head and shoulders pattern, although the volume profile doesn't necessarily match it at the moment. So to confirm that, it would have to come down here and then come back up and reject, somewhere from this level again. So very much kind of in limbo, but I'm maybe delusionally hopeful that it will stay up. So that's my thought on Solana. We've got lots of shitcoins. If you are in chat and you want me to take a look at any coin before I wrap up here, let me know. Traditional markets, we could take a look at the mini futures here. Markets have come back up to the high. I'm not really expecting us to go to new highs. There's been a lot of effort expended here. And we didn't break the high. So Yeah. I think the traditional markets may be in moving into more of a sideways through the end of the year here. So, not expecting much. Don't see any reason to be super bearish or anything on them, except for the fact that if we confirm this kind of really strong push to get up without making a new high, it's a sign of, some heavy selling in some heavy, not, I would say, a lot of sitting orders in the market to sell. That's what that is. There's a lot of buying happening, but it's coming into you know it's finding plenty of supply up there. So for selling, yeah, that's my thought on that. I try to keep it simple. I'm not trying to get into anything crazy here. Let's see. Anything else really interesting to talk about? I mean, that's kind of that's the majority of my thoughts, I would say. I do primarily trade Bitcoin myself. Message, what is this? Chat message retracted. That's funny. All right. But thank you so much for joining me. If you didn't see the beginning of the video, it will be live. You can go back and take a look at it. Just until I can edit out the beginning of the, just the timer section. Just fast forward through that to the start of the video. You can see all of the features of the brand new user interface on BerrieDex that we went over. It was my pleasure to go over some of that stuff and show off the new user interface to you guys today. And remember, the new user interface is live. You can use it right now, berr.ie. We've integrated the new website into the URL there. So going to the same place that you know and love, and you're getting the brand new user-friendly user interface here that we were demonstrating today. So check it out. Have some fun with it. Perpetuals are going live. Like I said, perpetual futures trading going live this coming week. So if you are staking, get more. If you are not staking yet, start staking so that you can be earning that yield on your staking. As we had a question earlier, it is not based on when you staked it. It is based on how much you are staking, so you can have the amount that you're comfortable with staked anytime. If you need to unstake it for any reason, you can. All the information is right there, but you will begin earning rewards right away and be able to start claiming rewards on your Berry staked after just 30 days. So have fun with it. Check out the website. Let us know if you have any questions. Get into our socials, get into Discord, chat with us. We're always in there checking. Had a lot of fun taking a look at the markets with you today. But for good measure. Everybody's going to get that when the volume goes live on perpetuals, that's for sure. And yes, thank you, absolutely thank you to everybody that has been staking, that has been interested in this project from the beginning. You've been earning rewards for the past few months, and we are here to deliver a whole bunch more to you with all of these amazing rollouts in the next few weeks. So stay tuned. Berry is finishing 2025 on a high note here, and we are super excited to show you what we have in store for next year. So check out the roadmap. Let us know if you have questions. Let us know what you think of the features that are in there and what features you're looking for. Thank you so much for joining the stream. If you haven't liked the video yet, please do, to get the word out there. Subscribe to the channel so you see whenever we're doing these live streams. And of course, hit that little notification bell so that you know whenever we are going live and you don't miss these streams when we're showing off new features and having some fun. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Happy to do this. I will see you again on Monday for sure. Who knows? Maybe even before. We'll see what happens. But get out there, visit berr.ie, and start using the new user interface for yourself, checking out all the features and letting us know what you think. Thank you so much. See you all later. Have fun. Enjoy your weekend. Get out there, live life away from the screens for a little while. Do what you need to do.